What is crackalating, YouTube? Not only YouTube, but the YouTubeable universe. Yes, everybody, all space and time from 2022 to 2072. I'm talking to everybody. I'm not talking to people that's watching this on the archives or whatever the hell it's called. People back in the future that's going to dig this stuff up and watch it because they want to see what I'm doing, which I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of them. Probably about 2072 people like that's going to be saying, damn. What was Dope doing in 2022? Let's find out. Well, today is a big day. This is my 25th video I've made. Feels like just yesterday I started doing this shit on YouTube, which it was probably only about 35 days ago because I've been popping out the videos. So today, since it's my 25th video, I decided to do something special, something that the people would like, something that people can relate to, because not everybody can relate to a golden key or a chalking. But everybody likes Marvel. So today I'm going to do my top 10 Amazing Spider-Man books. When I first got back into the hobby in 2019, the first thing I wanted to collect was the Spider-Man villains. I don't care about Spider-Man, but I like dark stuff. And I was trying to get into the hobby and find out what I liked. And first thing I liked was the Spider-Man villains. That and Incredible Hulk, and then it took me down other roads, and I found out about weird shit like Golden Key and Dale and Charlton, and then I found out about Golden Age, and I found out about pre-code horror, and it's just been a downhill slide from there. So today we're going to do the top 10 Amazing Spider-Man books in my collection. Let's do it to it. Chop, chop. But before I get started, if you like what you see, hit that like button, subscribe today. I'm going to keep on making videos. And I want to say I'm happy I got my 100th subscriber. So now the world is parallel again. Everything is great in the multi-universe of dope comics. And we're good. So thank you to everybody that subscribed. And let's get to it. So my first one I'm going to break the rules right off the bat. I know I'm supposed to be doing a top 10, but nobody on YouTube does what they say they're going to do. So I gotta break the rules too. I gotta have my honorable mention. My honorable mention. ASM number 55. 55 and a 4.5 with my nice John Romita lip tattoo. This book is my 11th favorite Amazing Spider-Man book. It's also my second favorite Amazing Spider-Man cover. It looks like an Andy Warhol painting. It is beautiful. What else can I tell you about it? My kids got it for me for Father's Day. And that is me and my son walking in the city with some buildings. And I've got 4 or 5 copies of this. But this is the only one I got signed by Romita. It's the only one my kids got me for Father's Day. It's 4.5, and this is Amazing Spider-Man 55, and it is my honorable mention. So that don't even count. So that's like the credits whenever you're watching a movie. If you just got here, you ain't missing nothing, because we still ain't got on the top 10. Now it's time to do the top 10 Amazing Spider-Man books in my collection. All right, number 10. There it is, old Mysterio. What pow! This book here is number 13. It is from 64. Mysterio's first appearance in a 3.5. And to me, this is a shitty cover. What they should have had for their cover, if this is going to be the first appearance of Mysterio, this should have been the cover. This is a lot better cover than this. But this is what they had out at the time. I'm not going to knock it too much because it's my 10th book in my collection on my countdown. But I don't like these little boxes down here. It's not much of a Mysterio. I don't know. This cover just don't do a lot for me. But it's number 10 on my countdown. And a 3.5 Mysterio. All right, next. We have the number 9 book in my collection, which is Amazing Spider-Man number 15. 15 and a 3.5. And this is the first appearance of Craven. And it is from 864. And it's an awesome book. It's a Ditko cover. It's not the greatest cover, I don't think, either. There's other Craven covers inside the top 100 that's better than this. But just about every good Craven cover is a Romita. So, looks like I'm knocking just Ditko shit. So it is what it is. First appearance of Craven, second appearance of the Chameleon. First mention of Mary Jane Watson. It's a cool book, and I'm not a spec guy. I don't sell books. I've never sold a book in my life. But I think this one has got more room to grow than any book in the collection right now. It's going to be hot. I think they got a Craven movie coming out. This one's definitely going to be going up. Some of the other books are kind of just stalemate for a while. But this one I think's got the most room to grow. So if you want a Craven, if I was you, I'd get it now. Because you know he's coming to the movies. And hell, I've even heard he might get my movie by himself. I don't know. I don't do spec. But all I'm saying is, this book, I think, if you want it, you better get it now before it gets a little out of hand. That is a great book. Let's see what I got here. And I'll show you this too while I'm at it. So this is my Craven. I picked this up not too long ago. Just a little side note. This is the first appearance of Craven. Also, and this is an international book. I don't know where it came from. Maybe you do. Maybe you can read that. You can tell me where the book came from. But we've got the international copy. We've got the real ASM copy. I don't know what year this came out, but I imagine it's pretty close. But I like to try to show some side notes of crazy shit I pick up when I pick them up. This was probably from about the same time as this. This one I know is 64. This is probably, I'm guessing, 67 or so. So, I try to find these international versions of stuff. They're not as expensive as these. And they're cool because nobody has them. So, they're really cool books. And I must have a lot of Father's Day because on the back of this one, here's another Happy Father's Day. So, as you see, I live and breathe comic books. I don't buy clothes. I don't go to concerts. I don't do nothing but collect comic books and horror shit. So every Father's Day, every Christmas, every birthday, my kids just give me comic book shit. And I'm happy with that. I live down here in the comic hacienda, and we do the comic thing. All right. I don't even know what number I'm on now. I've already lost count. I think I'm on number 8. Number 8 is this number 9. First Electro in a 3.5. Who don't like Electro? When I first got this book, I thought somebody had wrote a little cash symbol on my back because it looks like somebody wrote that with pencil. And then I was happy to notice that it's on all copies. So, nothing wrong with this. This is a 3.5 Electro. I really like this book. And for some reason, this book was hard for me to get. You ever been on eBay and you just keep bidding on shit and you never win it? That was this book. Every time I thought, I got that son bitch. And I'd get overbid at the last second. It probably took me 4 or 5 times to win one of these. And I don't know why it's not as big as some other books, but this one gave me trouble getting. This was a hard book for me to land. It's just one of those things. This is a 3.5, an Amazing Spider-Man 9. So, first Electro. And this one is number 7 on my list, I believe. Yep, number 7 is a number 4. This is the first appearance of the Sandman. This is also Amazing Spider-Man number 4. And it's also probably one of the shittiest covers in the collection, I think. I don't like the 4 panels. I don't like word bubbles. I don't like all that on my cover. I like one big picture. To me, this is like they just took some interior shit. Or I don't know. But a lot of people like this cover. I've heard multiple people say this is their favorite cover. To me, though, it's not that good of a cover. And this one's from 963. This is a 3.5. First appearance of the Sandman. First appearance of Betty Brant, who the hell that is. Stan Lee's story. Steve Ditko art. And, well, you know, I'm knocking another Steve Ditko cover. Anyway, this one is number 7 on the list. First Sandman, 3.5. Moving right along, baby. Number 6 on the list. This is Spider-Man number 2. Spider-Man number 2 is a big book. I had to save for a while to get this one. I had to give up all my favorite things for lunch, like crystals, crystal chili pups, crystal fries, crystal chicks, Crystals with bacon. All my favorite things I like to eat, because I like to eat at Crystals. So I had to give up all my Crystals and save for this book. You know, that week I was eating bologna sandwiches, staying at work. So, more than a week. But anyway, you get the point. I was eating bologna and Ruffles. So, after lots of bologna sandwiches and Ruffles, fried bologna, this is what I came home with. Save that Crystal money, eat fried bologna, eat Ruffles, sacrifice, and you too can have a nice Spider-Man #2 and a 3.5 featuring the first Vulture. And nothing really else good to say about it. But it is #2. If you can't afford #1, go out and get yourself a #2. If you can't afford #2, go get yourself a #3. But you ain't gonna be able to afford #3 because it's higher than #2. But you know what I'm saying. Get in where you fit in, brother. All right. Let's see what's next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5th book. This is #5 on my countdown. What about Spider-Man 3? First Doc Ock and a 3.0 Spider-Man #3. This book took me some wheeling and dealing. All these big books you got to sacrifice for. If you like me and you're broke and a joker, you got to save. So you have to figure out what you want in life. Do you want to go to the movies? Do you really want to go to Crystals today? Or do you want to get that Doc Ock? So if you want to get that Doc Ock, this is what you got to do. You got to sacrifice. And this is a 3.0. It came out in 7/63. First appearance of Doc Ock. It's got a Human Torch appearance. The longer you wait, the more you late. You better get on board if you're going to get on board. They ain't going down, fellas. They ain't going down. Now we got #4 on the countdown. This is, Spider-Man #14, first appearance. Green Goblin down there. It's also got appearance of Hulk in here, I believe. Never read it. Don't know because it's in this damn plastic. But anyway, this is a Spider-Man #14 from 7/64. First appearance, Green Goblin. Good book. And I remember when I got this book, UPS delivered this book on the side of my house by my garage door. And I do not have an awning on my garage. So they set up against my garage door. I was at work trying to make some money to pay for this book. And they dropped it off about 10 o'clock in the morning. About 12:30 that day, severe thunderstorms hit. I mean, it was crackling outside. It was crashing, banging, and booming. There was all kinds of fireworks in the sky, damn lightning everywhere, wind blowing. I was thinking about my poor little book back at home. So when I got home, this book was not laying by the garage door. Couldn't find it nowhere. Looked out in my backyard, and it floated downstream past my paved driveway out in the backyard. And there it was, sitting out in the backyard. But I was horrified. So I go pick up my box, take my box inside, which used to be USPS white, and now it was like a tan color. It was soaking wet. Open up the box, and this thing was perfectly dry because inside the box, they had used 2 or 3 of them USPS white bubble tape mailers. It looks like envelopes. And then they wrapped it in plastic, and then it has this Mylar stuff over it, and then you got the case inside there. So it was still perfectly dry, but it's a great story to tell now about how this thing was floating down the creek. So I almost lost my book, but this is my Spider-Man 14, and I have took too long on one book, but that's the story about 14. The #3 book on the Spider-Man countdown. Whoop, pow! I'm a big Kingpin guy. This is the very first book. Well, 129 and this is the very first 2 books I bought. The reason I bought these books was because I'm a Punisher guy. It was dark. It's what I used to read in the 90s when I first started collecting before I got out and got back in. So I always thought if I would just get this and a Punisher book, I'd be good to go. But this was the first appearance. It's a 5.0 of Kingpin. I'm a huge Kingpin fan. I like the fact that he's just a regular man. He really don't have no powers. He just beats you with his brain. And, you know, I like things that are, I don't get into a lot of superhero stuff. I like stuff that seems more street level. You know, Kingpin could really exist. I think Daredevil could exist, kind of. Maybe, you know, I like stuff on that realm, straight level. I can't get into the Thors and the Thanoses and all that kind of stuff. I got to keep it street level. That's why I like Punisher. That's why I like Kingpin. That's why I like Bullseye. That's why I like Daredevil. That's why I like Electro and all that kind of stuff, because that's feasible to me. Maybe even SpiderMan. I don't know, a little bit. So that's why I like Batman. Batman ain't nothing but a rich boy with a bunch of gadgets. I mean, he don't have no superpowers either. But that's why I like the Joker. He's crazy too, and he's just a regular guy. But anyway, back to the book in hand. This is Amazing Spider-Man 50. The day I bought this, I bought 51 also. I have his first appearance and his first cover appearance of Kingpin. I love those books. The Grail back in the day was 129. I had to save for a little bit longer. But I thought if I got 50 and I got number 129, first appearance of the Punisher, and if I got the first Kingpin, I'd be set. Everybody knows once you get your Grail, you got to go on to something else. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, but this is definitely a book that's special to me. I would keep this over them other books, even though them other books cost more. This is my 5.0, number 50, first Kingpin, Amazing Spider-Man. I love it. All right, we got 2 books left on the countdown. And I've kind of spilled the beans on one of them. So, might as well just go ahead and show you number 2, 129. This is a 4.0, 129. We got 3 autographs on this motherfucker. We got Ramita, we got Conway, and we've got, who did I leave out? We got Stan Lee. How you leave Stan Lee out? But right here, you can see Ramita. And up here, this Scrabble Stan Lee. And Conway is right there. Jerry's right there. This is number 129, Amazing Spider-Man, and a 4.0, first Jackal. So, this is a good book. I could have got this in a 7.5 for the same price as a 4.0 without the autographs. And I thought, you know, I'm never going to get a chance to get these autographs again. I can still get a 7.5 or a 7.0 if I want it later on down the road. There's plenty of them out there, but I don't see many books that is signed by all 3. The writer, the artist, and the creator of all Marvel, I guess, Stan Lee. So, you know, you got all the big wigs that you need on this book. So, anytime you get the guy that created the Punisher, the guy that drew the Punisher for the first time, and the guy that kind of owns Marvel and runs the show, do it to it. Get that book. So, this is my number 2 and a 4.0. Spider-Man, baby. And yeah, it's the first Punisher and the first Jackal. And my last book, not to be confused with Jackal the Metal Band, because I like Jesse James Dupree. I like some Jackal. If y'all don't know Jackal, as soon as it's over with, Google Jackal the Band. Dude's got a chainsaw. He's a lumberjack. It's rocking. Anyway, my last book, number ASM number, about to tell before I even shown it. My number 1 book. Well, pow! How could it not be your number 1 book? It's number 1 and a 2.5 because I ain't rich and I can't afford a 3.5 because I like to get 3.5s, but went with a 2.5 on this one. So this book took me a long time to save for. I think it took me about 6 months. I save, and during the save, I did my due diligence and try to find out what I could get one of these for, and I lost 2 or 3 bidding wars, and I had to pay more than I wanted to, but that's usually the way it works. And what I paid then is nothing now. So it don't take long to get your money back on these things. This is the first appearance of Spider-Man. And I don't know if you can see it, but up here at the top, it says Max and Charlie. 2 little boys owned this at one time. They wrote on this book. They were brothers. They didn't want anybody stealing it. Right there, Max and Charlie. This was their copy. They probably read it 100 times or whatever. They enjoyed the book enough to put their names on it because they don't want anybody stealing it at school. It's got a lot of history to it. I bought it from a woman that says she bought it. I bought it from a woman that says her dad bought it at a Cleveland yard sale for $1.50. And she actually thought it was worth a lot more than it was because she looked on YouTube. And, of course, she put highest first, and she thought it was worth a ton because all the bigger 7.0s, 8.0 copies. And it took me a lot of wheeling and dealing to get it from her because she thought it was worth more than it was. It was still a lot of money, but I had to teach her about the grading system. And I had to teach her what the 2.5 meant. and let her know, hey, you need to be looking at CGC 2.5s. That's what it's going for. It ain't going for what the CGC 7.0s go for. So she saw the ungraded copies and thought she had something. So, wish she did have something, but it ain't what she thought. But she told me that her dad bought this for $1.50 at a yard sale in Cleveland. And I'm talking like the 70s. So, you know, I thought that was pretty cool. And I didn't realize it for about a week or two. But if you look right here, I don't know if I can pick it up with the camera, but it actually has $1.50 wrote on it. You see that? $1.50 right there? $1.50. So underneath Spider-Man's armpit, somebody took a pencil and wrote $1.50. So somebody got a hell of a deal and they bought this for 12 cents. Somebody got a hell of a deal years later when they bought it for $1.50. I didn't get a hell of a deal. I had to pay up, but it looks like a pretty okay deal now, what I paid for it. But anyway, I went 21 minutes on this thing, and I usually try to keep them under 10 or so. So this is a super, this is one of them John 80 comic books, you know what I'm saying? This is a extra packed edition. So this is the 25th video I've dropped on here. I've been having fun, guys. I hope you like what you see. If you like what you see, subscribe today, or like the like button, or like the subscribe button, or just like the like, I don't know, whatever you're supposed to do. If you're on YouTube, you ought to know what you got to do by now. Leave something in the comments. Tell me what book you like the best. The only reason I'm on here is because I like to basically talk comics. So if you leave something in the comments, it makes my day, because I'll talk to you all day long, because comics is what I like to talk about. So leave a comment. If you didn't like something, tell me you didn't like it. Tell me you did like it. Tell me you hated everything. Tell me you love my shirt. Tell me you like something. I don't care what you tell me you like or you don't like. Just talk to me. I'm lonely, damn it. Talk to me. Leave a comment. And until next time, pew, pew.